The Huntington Library, Art Museum and Botanical Gardens is one of the world's great cultural, research, and educational centers. The library has 3 art galleries containing rare books and an extensive art collection mostly focused on 18th and 19th century European and American art. The Huntington Library, Art Museum and Botanical Gardens art collection, educational and research institution located in San Marino, was founded by Henry and Arabella Huntington. The institution opened to the public in 1928. One of the most gorgeous places in Southern California, you can explore, discover, and appreciate the unique and inspiring landscapes created at the Huntington Library. The property surrounding the library and galleries includes 120 acres of specialized botanical gardens and showcases different plants from around the world. Outside of the art galleries, you can explore 16 different gardens, including the new Chinese garden, gift shop, and tea room. The gardens are divided into more than a dozen different themes with multiple gardens, such as a desert garden, the Australian garden, and the Shakespeare garden. The camellia garden includes 80 different camellia species and cultivated varieties. Roses were a favorite flower of Annabella Huntington's. The rose garden was originally planted in 1908 by Henry for Annabella's private enjoyment. For over a century, the Huntington's iconic Japanese garden has been one of the most photographed parts of the gardens, with its picture-perfect moon bridge, koi ponds, and Japanese house. The Zen court is an example of a Japanese temple garden. The patterns in the gravel, rock formations, and green landscape are symbols for water, space, movement, and other natural concepts. The Chinese garden, known as the Liu Fang Yuan, or Garden of Flowering Fragrance, is one of the finest classical-style Chinese gardens outside of China and the largest. Landscaped with Chinese plants and beautiful architecture, the garden contains references to literature and art. The garden is inspired by one in Suzhou, located near Shanghai in southeastern China. Artisans from Suzhou spent 6 months at the Huntington to construct the first phase of the new facility. Spread over 12 acres on the northwest corner of the Huntington, the garden features 2 man-made lakes, the Pond of Reflected Greenery and the Lake of Reflected Fragrance. There are a collection of buildings and pavilions around each, linked by bridges. The Chinese garden is impressive in its size. There are sculptures in wood and stone, and lots of water features, waterfalls, and ponds filled with lilies. Despite the large area the garden covers, there is an intimate feel to it, as if you're visiting your own secret garden. The architecture is exquisite. The pavilion and courtyards bear Chinese characters at the entrance to the buildings. These calligraphic inscriptions are poems and copulets which are adorned around the garden. The names and copulets inscribed are taken from classic works of Chinese literature. Chinese names are posted on the buildings, like the tea house, known as the Hall of Jade Camellia. Other pavilions are known as Love of the Lotus Pavilion, Terrace of Jade Mere, and Pavilion of the Three Friends. The detail in the wood carvings in the pavilions is beautiful to see up close. Carvings of bamboo and plum blossoms adorn the ceilings of the Pavilion of the Three Friends. Natural rock is used throughout the garden, including specially quarried limestone from near Shenzhou, China. These stones are prized for their strange shapes and holes. The mounted stone near the tea house is a prized specimen. Known as patching up the sky, it is believed to contain special energies. Plants were chosen to represent the seasons: peach blossoms for spring, chrysanthemums for autumn. Others for human qualities: the lotus for purity, and the orchid for humility. All of the garden's visible building materials, from wooden beams to roofing tiles, All the granite terraces and the walkway pebbles were sourced in China and installed by Xinjiang artists. The courtyards and the pathways of the Huntington Chinese Garden are carpeted with pebbled mosaics filled with texture and color. The patterns and design have specific names and offer a variety to the different areas of the garden. The Huntington Library, Art Museum and Botanical Gardens is so large and full of interesting things to see that it draws you back for new adventures and exciting discoveries. This brilliant collection of art and nature is a true destination temptation.